How's it going, everybody? Today is a very special day. It is my first unboxing of a puzzle. I've waited about 2 weeks for this puzzle. I've been anticipating it, and now it's finally here. So let's go ahead and open it. Just rip that open. I've been so excited for this puzzle. Let's see, anything else? We have a card from where I bought it, the cubicle, receipt. Let's see. Don't think there's anything else. Nope, that's it. There it is. There's the puzzle. This is a 4x4 octahedron. Yes, dude. There it is. So, wow. I don't know what to say. I'm just so happy it's finally here. We have yellow, red, green, gray, and then blue, white, purple, and orange. If you look, there's one layer, a second layer, a third layer, and a fourth layer. So, this puzzle is equivalent to this puzzle right here, a 4x4. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 pieces are what make up the center. And if you look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, those 4 pieces make up the center. Because you can see, if I turn it along this face, those 4 are the centers. One thing cool about this puzzle, compared to a normal 4x4, is you can interchange the color scheme. So right now, I guess yellow is opposite of white, blue is opposite red, and then gray is opposite purple, and green is opposite orange. But as you can see, if I turn it through the middle, it has now changed the color scheme. So now you can see white is opposite blue instead of yellow opposite, or instead of white opposite yellow. So as you can see, they're right next to each other now. So that increases the difficulty because you have to create your own color scheme. Whereas on this one, you know, you have the 4 centers and you put them together, so you know that it's its own side, I guess. So yeah, you have to make your own color scheme, and then you have to keep it and remember it for when you solve the rest of it. So yeah, I'm really excited. The turning is pretty good. You know, it was a relatively cheaper puzzle, so I'm not expecting it to turn very well. But you know, it turns not too bad. Let's see, does it corner cut? Just a little, and not very much at that, or not very well at that. So yeah, I don't know, I just really like how you can change the color scheme around and it's still solved basically. And you can solve it to any color scheme that you want. I think that's really cool. I think that'll add a lot of difficulty, but I don't know, I'm gonna scramble it up. Oh man, I'm excited to try and solve this. I guess since this is one face, since these 4 are the centers, these 2 would be edge pieces. This purple and this orange would be an edge piece. And so would these 2, this gray and this yellow, this white and gray, and then this red and green. They'd all be edge pieces, which would be equivalent to these 2, right there and there, on a 4x4. And then these 4, these little tiny guys, would be corners. So it'd be like one of these. This green, red, and yellow piece would be equivalent to just this little tiny green piece right there. Okay, there we go. There is a mixed up 4x4 octahedron. So I'm going to solve this, come back, let you guys know what I thought and how difficult it was. So yeah. There we go. Solved. Oh man. So in total, I didn't record the whole thing. It probably took me almost 2 hours to finally do. I did get stuck on one part where the centers, they were all done except for one, and I had 2 pieces that were flipped. Like, all these centers would be done, but this gray would be up here and this purple would be there, and I didn't know how to flip that, so I had to look up an algorithm for that. And then edge pairing was just the same on a 4x4, and then you just solve it like a 3x3, but it is also a super cube, so you have to make sure that the centers are spun the right way, and that adds difficulty to this puzzle. One thing that was really difficult, first of all, it was really hard to wrap my mind around it. Just how to hold it and what moves what. It was just really difficult to get that in my mind, I guess. Another thing that was difficult was, so if you look at the centers, they're not all the same color. One's gray, one's green, one's blue, and one's orange. But on this, all 4 are the same. So when everything's scrambled up, the center could be right. It could be solved, but it doesn't really look like it because they're not all the same color. And that added a whole lot of difficulty, and I really had to check if something was solved or if it wasn't. So that just added another layer of difficulty, but it was a very fun puzzle. It was very challenging. Finally got it after a long time trying to solve it. One thing about the quality of the puzzle is if you're turning, sometimes the layers will catch, like they won't, like you'll be turning it and then it'll just catch and it won't want to go, and that can be really frustrating. If something catches and you start losing your place, that could, ruin your whole solve. It is a fairly cheap puzzle. I didn't pay too much for it, so again, I don't expect it to turn like, the best thing in the world, I guess. I don't know. It was a whole lot of fun. I highly suggest this puzzle. It is very difficult though, because you have to know how to solve a 4x4, you have to know how to solve a 3x3, and then you have to know how to solve a super cube, which is basically just everything has to be put in the right spot. Because on a 4x4, these 4 pieces can be exchanged with each other, but on this, they can't. They have to be in a specific spot. So that's what makes it a lot harder, but again, it was a lot of fun. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.